Hi everyone, I'm here today to show you this new baby I have available. It's a newly made doll, but it's not a new design, but I thought I would just come by and show you some of the details. This is, let's see who it is. It's Charles, and as you can see, he has an open mouth. I don't know if you can see in his mouth, but he does have a little tongue in there and gums. He has gums, tongue, and a uvula. He can take a full preemie pacifier, and he can also take a bottle. Okay, so you can feed him. Okay, that's enough. He had enough. It's just to show that he can drink. Okay, let's start with his hair. Okay, I just took off his hat, and you can see his hair is directionally rooted, so it stays in place for the most part. And isn't he cute? Okay, let's see. Show them your hand, little one. His little hand. He is so cute. Let's bring it a little closer so you can see more of his details. His little hand. And as you can see, the color is very realistic. It looks like a little tiny hand, and he has separated fingers. Although he's so tiny, he's poured in one piece, but he does have separated fingers. On both hands. He's so soft. He also has armatures in his hands. He's poured in one piece, so he's not jointed in the neck. There's no seam there, and his head turns from side to side. I feel bad disturbing this little boy, and he's trying to sleep. But that's what we do. That's what we do to these dolls. We disturb them when they're sleeping. Okay, let's see his little tummy. He's very soft. He doesn't have a squishy tummy because I decided to make this doll soft. His silicone is very soft, and I didn't think he needed a squishy tummy because he was already so soft. Here are his legs, and he has armatures in his legs. He has separated toes. He has little tiny feet. See how tiny his little foot is? This is a tiny baby, very tiny baby. His little toes, delicate little toes, and he has the armatures, so you can position his feet even in his ankle. He has little veins, and he's very mottled. I know collectors like to see everything, so I'm going to open up his diaper now. So if you don't like to see fake doll parts, I suggest you don't look any further, because I'm gonna take off his little diaper and I'm going to show you his diaper area and his little tush. So if you don't like that, you can just sign off now. Here we go. So he's all boy. I don't know if you can see him well. Let's pick him up. Oh, Charles, did you just pee on your diaper? Oh, little boys, they tend to do that. Okay, let me show you what he looks like, and then I'll go back and show you that he does have a drink and wet system. This is his little back, so you can see, you know, how realistically painted he is. His hair, and he peed all over the place, Charlie. Okay, Charles. So let me just show you. He does have a drink and wet system. I don't know. Oh, my hand is probably in the way. He can, you know, he has a very nice drink and wet system. I'll show you. Let me give him something to drink. Oh, I have water here. I only give him water because you don't want to put milk or anything through him, because it might, you know, it will go bad and smell. So I say only water. So see how he pees. Okay, let's put that bottle down and let's zoom in to see if you can see him pee. Okay. Is that zoomed in enough? Can you see? Okay. So, let me get you a dry diaper, little man. Let me zoom out. That's enough of that. So, let me get you a dry diaper. Okay, while I put his diaper on, let me tell you a little bit about these babies. I have 5 of them that will be available, and they're all painted a little bit differently. They're all Caucasian babies. I didn't do any ethnic babies with Charles, and they all have the same features. They have the open mouth. Let me see if you can see inside of his mouth. I don't know, but let's see. Gums, so tiny. And you know, one of the reasons why I never did a lot of these dolls is because they take so much time. I know they're tiny and it looks like, oh, it's just a small doll, but the tinier they are, the more work it takes to get everything working right. Because, for instance, I mean, look at the size of his fingernails. Oops, let's go closer. Look at the size of his little hands compared to my thumb. So that's the size of his finger. You know, look on my finger to estimate the size, but yet his fingers are separated, and they have, you know, they're very detailed, painted, just like, you know, my bigger dolls. You know, his little fingernails and everything, it's all there. You know, look at his eyebrows. He has painted eyebrows to match his hair. You know, so it's a lot of details. He scratched himself right here, so he has a little scratch. You know, he has a little red mark. This is number 5 in the edition. I said I had 5 babies, but number 1 is already, you know, was adopted before. Oh, let me show you his feet so you can see his feet. I don't know if it's focusing. Oh, and I forgot his flexibility. He's so soft. I mean, this baby is so flexible. And let me show you the way his head will flop. You have to be careful, you know. It won't hurt him if you let his head flop back like that, but it doesn't look right. So, you know, he's very tired and very floppy. So when you put him down, his head will stay in place because it's so flexible. So, and look at him in my arms to see how really tiny he is. You know, he is a little guy. Okay, so there he is. He's all tired for me bothering him while he was trying to sleep. So let him rest. See, his head is so flexible. But let me show you his brothers. Here's another brother. Let me put his diaper on. This little guy is number 6. And you can see he also has the drink and wet system. They all have the same features. They all have the drink and wet and the armatures, and they're very soft. And their heads turn. They all have different color hair, as you can see. This little guy, he is blonde, but it's a darker blonde. And you can see his hair is directionally rooted. He's also floppy. And I'm going to, as soon as I can get this video and all the pictures put together, I'll send an email out to my mailing list so that they can be adopted. I'm not putting these babies on eBay. I'm just going to put a set price and put them in my store. And whenever they get adopted, they get adopted. So you should really look this way so they can see your face. Okay. And here is another brother. This one is number 4. And his hair is a little darker than his hair. So let's put his diaper on. They all have the same features. They all have the drink and wet and the armatures, and they're very soft. And then they'll come with a couple outfits, handmade outfits, just for them. And that was difficult to get to. See, it's very flexible. You might want to see his face, how cute he is. And his hair color just a little darker. This is like a light brown with a few little highlights in the front. Oops, I should be kinder. See. Okay, and this little guy is number 3, and I will get his diaper on him. Where's your diaper? Okay. He has a little hair there. So this one is number 3. So that's that one. And one more little guy. One more little guy. And you can see this one has the darkest hair. His hair is dark brown. Show your face. Okay, this one is number 2. He also has a little scratch. A few of them have scratches. This little guy has a little scratch here. He has one here. Oh, he has one also down here. So they all have little scratches because you know babies always scratch themselves. Especially when they're this tiny and their fingernails are so sharp. And they weren't really paying attention to them in the NICU to put little mittens on them. They were more interested in looking at their health, so they did not cover their fingers, and they all got little scratches on their faces. Okay, so these are all of them. This is number 2. So, and he has the armatures. I like the way their little feet are. You know, look at the size of his foot. His foot is so tiny. His little hands. They all have all the details. Perfect little coloring. Where shall I fit him in? Okay, we'll have to turn the camera. So let's see. So this is number 2. Where is number 3? I'll put them in order so it'll be easier. This is number 3. You go over there. And number 4. They're all like little people to me. I can tell who they are. So that's 2, 3, 4. Number 5 and number 6. He's so tired. Let's get a little closer. Okay, let's see these little guys. And here we go. This is number 2. Let me see if I can show you the mouth a little bit. He has a tongue in there, gums, and a uvula. And his hair. So this one is number 2. You can see his little veins, his little hand, his squishy tummy. I'm looking at this in my camera and I'm realizing that it's making them look a little blue. but I guess you'll see in the photographs they're not blue. Even my fingers look a little blue, have a little blue cast to them. I guess it's just something with this camera. And number 3, yeah. Thing about these little babies is that they take so much effort to get them looking realistic. I mean, they're really tiny. Look at the size of, his hand against my hand and his head. So they take a lot of detailed work, and it's a lot of work to put into such a tiny baby. So I'm not even sure if I'm gonna do any more. I'll have some, I don't know if I'll have some more in the future, because they take a lot of effort to get all these details into such a tiny baby. Oh, it's your hand. I want to see his hand. I'm just showing you the difference, really. They all have, the little fine details done. I'll have photographs on the website. I don't know if you can see. They have realistic veining. No, look at the size of my finger. So I've blown this up extremely unrealistically. So, you can see the veins. They're like under the skin. It's a little belly button. And I really love these guys. Oh, let me give you a size comparison. I think we've seen enough. Okay, I just wanted to give you a little size comparison so you could be sure to understand how tiny they are. I wanted to show you them beside another doll that I have, but the only doll I have is from my personal collection, because I don't have any other dolls here. And this is a doll you're more familiar with, so I'll just show you a size comparison by putting him in the picture. Now, do you see how big he is? Because this is really a tinier doll, technically. This is my personal doll. It's the only one I have that I can show you that you'd probably recognize the size of the babies, because this is a doll that I have in my personal collection. I call him my prince because he is the princess sculpt on a Jan body, because I collect boys mostly, and I wanted a little boy, and the little princess was a girl, and I wanted it on a boy body. So, but just to show you the size difference. So this is a tiny baby. It's a lot of details, but I don't want to have anybody say, oh, I didn't know he was so tiny. Well, there you go. And this is a 19-inch doll. These are 13-inch dolls. The princess didn't come as a boy, and I wanted a little boy, so that's what he's doing on a little Jan body. But he's my little guy, and I love him, so he stays with me. Okay, so let me take him out of the picture because he's not available. He is just to show size. Okay, so there you are. All the little babies that are gonna need mommy soon. Thanks for watching. And look below to subscribe to see when I have more dolls available. I'll put videos up, and also I'm going to put the link down there for you to click to go to his webpage if you're interested in adopting one of these cute little boys. Bye bye.